Hi everyone, welcome to the Curious Cat Kitchen. This is an impromptu video. I just came back from the gym and I had an idea to do like an apple cinnamon waffle. So I wanted to show you how I do it, how the idea came to me, and I'm gonna try it out as the way I think it. So first time making it. First of all, so I have all my ingredients. I have organic spelt flour. I also have regular flour because I don't think I have enough of the spelt flour. I have baking soda, baking powder, my apples that are old. So there are some old apples I wanted to use up. I have my flax egg working here. I was debating whether I wanted to put an actual egg in it. We will see. I might still add it, but flax egg is made. I wanted some flax in there. Is 1 tablespoon of flax and 3 tablespoons of water. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grate grate my apples so I can put it in the mix. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So just taking an apple, wash, skin and all. I'm just gonna grate it. I have 1 medium size or regular size apple, and then I have a smaller one. I don't know if I'll need both. I'm gonna do the bigger one first and see how much I need. Usually on Saturdays, on the weekends, when I have a little bit of time, I do like to do waffles or pancakes, or like, you know, a more fancier, shall we say, breakfast. So I was thinking of what fruits, because I always add fruits to it. So I was thinking what fruits I had. I had made this chocolate waffle before. That was like a chocolate mochi waffle. That was really good. So I was gonna make that again. But then I was like, wait, I have apples. So I wanted to try and do an apple cinnamon grated. So I guess in a sense it would kind of like be an apple fritter waffle, but elevated. So I got this 1 apple grated. Which may be enough. Add it to my bowl here. I guess it depends on how appley we want it. I also had an idea to do a protein waffle with tofu, like a silken tofu. Kind of like, you know, how you would add Greek yogurt to a waffle or pancakes. So, but I didn't have any silken tofu today to try, so I'm just doing this without. I'm gonna do the other one too, since it's a smaller apple. This one is really soft. It's been sitting in there for a while, but instead of wasting it, we can find ways to use it to reduce food waste, because I think we're all guilty of that. I try to use as much of stuff that I have in there before it goes bad, but I find what really goes bad often easier are stuff like peppers, like chili peppers that I use for recipes, herbs, cilantro, parsley, things like that. Those tend to go bad. So I try to find ways to make stuff with it so that it doesn't go to waste. As we know, food waste is a big problem in our world today. So things go spoil. So that's the second one. It's okay if it's a little bit more appley. I don't mind it. Oops. So we're going to add that to our bowl. And then it's over here. Move this. Get some of the juice in there. Like I said, I need a bigger kitchen, but we're working with what we have. Now we're gonna add our flour. I don't usually like. I start out with a recipe to see. I'll take a recipe for reference to see what I need to add in there, what ingredients I need, and then I just kind of eyeball it. I think I'm gonna do like a cup and a half. I do measure out the flour, obviously, but I just don't know how much I'm putting in there until I'm doing it. I might have enough spelt flour without mixing it. Yeah, I think I'm going to use all the spelt flour without using any of the regular flour. So we have that. I'm going to put some, plug in my waffle iron and get it ready too. I'm going to put some baking powder. About 1 teaspoon. And then some baking soda. About half a teaspoon. And some cinnamon. How much you add will depend on how cinnamony you like it. So I'm gonna add quite a bit in here. Now we're gonna add in the flax egg. Avocado oil. Again, eyeball it. Maple syrup. And then some of cashew milk. And what I do is I just kind of start off with less, eyeball it with what I think. Usually it's going to be less, but then you just want to mix it around and see when you need to add more. So this is a little bit thick. I'm going to add some more milk to it and mix it again. So like I said, I don't measure because I just gauge it by the consistency of the batter. I look for the consistency. And added a little bit more, adding a little bit more avocado oil. And since I added more milk, I'm going to do maple syrup as well. We'll continue to mix, get the right consistency. It's still a little bit thick. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more milk. So this is the consistency. It looks pretty good. It's a little bit lumpy because obviously the grated apples are in there, so it's going to be lumpy. But I like the consistency of that. And I put that in my waffle iron. Burn myself. I'm going to put about a cup and a little bit. This is the Belgian waffle, so it takes quite a bit because it spreads out quite a bit. So I'm going to do a little bit over a cup. A heavier waffle, and we're going to close that and let that cook. So the one thing I did forget to add was vanilla extract. So we're going to add this, it's bourbon vanilla extract that I have. And now the waffle is done. Now it did separate when I was like it stuck a little bit on the top. It didn't stick all the way. I was able to remove it and get it off, but it was separating. Not sure why, but tasting it and it was good. It's a little bit denser. It's not as fluffy, but it has, like I said, an apple fritter. Because apple fritters tend to be denser. But those are the ones that I made, and like I said, they even when I sprayed the iron, it was still separating a little bit. Not sure why. Either way, it didn't affect the taste. So it was so good. My daughter actually had two of those, and you see how big they are. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you try this recipe out. Let me know whether you'd like to see me create on the spot, which I've done. This is my second video I've done that now, or do you prefer a more structured recipe or something that I've done before and I'm just showing you how to do it? Or a little bit of both. I would love to hear from you. So leave me a comment and don't forget to like and share this video, as well as subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming recipes. Till next time, stay curious.